Hello and welcome to the Marine Channel. I'm going to take you on board this Greenline 45, this rather handsome looking Flybridge. Now next to it is the Greenline 40. We've done a walkthrough on that one. I'll put a link below to that boat in the description. But I'm going to take you on board the 45, which is obviously the slightly larger brother, and being a Flybridge, and there's a few interesting things about this boat. Let's start at the stern. So we've got a high-low platform here that can be 300 or 500 kilo rating, and then just in there we've got a kind of a storage area. I don't want to call it a garage because it's really a storage area for sort of water toys and so forth, so things like paddleboards and sea bobs and that kind of stuff, but a very useful space nonetheless. And then we can see as we step on board that we've got a staircase up on the port and the starboard side, which is really quite nice. So let's go up here on the starboard side. Just a little space down there for where your passerelle will come out should you need it. Let's go up into the saloon area. So decent bench seating there, table there for about 6, and probably enough space to be able to put in some freestanding chairs as well. This boat's actually designed by Italian superyacht designer Marco Casali, and he worked on the interior as well as the exterior. So there's some good heritage in the design on this boat, and I'll show you, point out a few little bits and pieces on that. But while we're at the back here, while we're at the stern, I want to talk to you about this kind of hybrid system. If you're not familiar with a hybrid system, then what does it do? So you've got a couple of electric motors, you've got a bank of batteries, and they'll power the boat along at about 5 knots. If you then run out of power on the batteries, you've got a couple of Yanmar 370 horsepower engines down underneath this hatch. So if we open this hatch, we can have a little look at the installation. So you can see there the 2 Yanmar diesel engines. They'll push the boat on, cruising about 20 up to about 25 max. And then behind that you can see where the electric batteries are to power the electric motors. These are on Z drive, so you can see how the engines are pushed right the way back to the end, back of the boat. And in essence you've got a boat that can run on pure electricity. Now what's good about that is that when you're actually at anchor, you don't need to have your generator going. You've got plenty of power to power the entire boat, actually 4 or 5 days. Even with the aircon on, it will run for a couple of days. So you're there in near silence. Let's just move along the side here, take you up to the bow area. Really nice big wide walkways here, nice high handle, and actually I've not seen this before. This has got a brake in it, so this is a particularly wide side entry and exit. Up here we've also got side access into the cockpit, into the helm position. Remember, this is a 45-foot boat, so this is all very impressive. Look down here as well, you can see there's a cutaway. There's a reason for that. When we go down below and we look at the forward cabin, you'll be able to see that the glazing looks out through that gap, which is a nice touch. And then at the front here on the bow, again quite a nice clever little design. So you can see here I've got this configured at the moment in the upright position, so I can be sat there. There's a bar that I can just drop down very simply, and now I've converted that back into a very large sun pad, and you've got a little bimini on there as well. So real clever usage of that space at the front. A couple of pop-up lights as well, and a couple of cup holders as you'd expect. And we've also got, you can see on the Flybridge, those big solar panels, and that's what will continue to top up your batteries when you're at anchor. So let's move back along the side of the boat here. It's got a synthetic teak here, low maintenance, looks good. Let's swing around into the aft galley design here. So we can see there's a panel up here that that would drop down and close that off, but this is now open. We've got this counter here that drops down as well. So we've got like a bar area, which is fantastic. The other thing you notice with Greenline is how kind of flat the floors are in terms of going in and out. Actually on the 40 coupe it's completely flat all the way through, but on this one it's just the smallest a step up. And then we've got good sized domestic fridge and storage above, and a freezer down below. And obviously all these systems are running at the moment on battery power, which is why the boat is so very, very quiet. Let's spin around here to the starboard, got a 2-burner hob, got our sink, and we've got really nice view out here over the sea or onto the marina. I think this is quite nice. Yes, there's a little step up here, there's a reason for that. We'll see that later on. And under here is our TV. So it's not one of those high-low TVs that are powered by motors and take about 2.5 minutes to go up and down. This one is very, very simple. Not going to go wrong. Close it down and it's out the way. And then you've got a nice big sort of countertop for doing bits and pieces. Lots of storage underneath here. And nice touches of leather around the place to really keep the quality up. This is one of the things that I mentioned about our Italian designer. He spec'd this kind of natural finish on the wood. So often you'll find in the saloon quite a kind of high gloss finish. This is very much a kind of natural finish, and with the sort of natural colours, the muted colours on the upholstery, it works really, really well. It does give this interior a really light, open feel. Loads of glazing you can see all the way around there. And then over to our helm position. So this can obviously be configured, these screens can be configured to display exactly what you want. You can see at the moment we're on map, so we're in Palma, but that can display your hybrid system, tell you how much charge you've got. So over here we've got 87% charge in the batteries. Sat at anchor, we can actually be like this for 84 hours nearly without ever putting the generator on. If we put the aircon on, yeah, that'll come down a little bit, but they're pretty chunky battery. I think it's 44 kilowatts, 4 batteries, 11 kilowatts each, so there's a fair bit of power. As I say, when they get depleted, fire up the engines, run them for about 2 hours, and those will be fully back up to charge. Okay, so we like all this. Let's go downstairs, because I think we're going to be really impressed with this. I certainly was. Let's go forward first of all. So it's our VIP cabin. Really, really good headroom. I'd say at least 2 meters. And as we're getting to know from our previous Greenline review, all this glazing around here works really, really well. Now you can remember we point out that cutout in the bulwark. I never know how to say that word. And you can see here that works because it now means when you're looking out this window, you can see all the way through. And these windows add a lot of light, but you still feel pretty private down here. Completely flat floor here as well. No step ups to the bed or anything like that. And then access here to our ensuite. Separate shower stall with a glazed panel, good sized sink, nice flooring, a really nice place to be. If we swing around and come back out, this is our second guest cabin. So this is a sort of fixed, I'd say probably sort of queen size bed. It's certainly a good size double. No heads in here, but lots of headroom and good glazing. Bit of storage down here in our cupboard, but heads for this one is shared with our master, so it's just across the corridor. So this doubles up as our day head and our VIP. But here's the surprise. Oh, actually, let me just show you this. Under the stairs. There we go. Underneath our staircase there is a washer dryer. How clever is that? Bit of a fiddle and faff to get to it, but that's because I'm holding a camera. You wouldn't normally be holding a camera to do that, would you? Now, here's the big surprise. 45-foot boat, and you have a full beam master with full standing headroom all the way around. Now that is, I think, almost unique on a boat this size. 45 foot. Look at the size of this room. Definitely a king size bed. We've got a little sofa over the other side. Could actually double up as a child's berth if you've got a youngster with you. And then what they've cleverly done here, you can see, is they've cut away the roof. So where I'm sat, I'll stand up now, I've got a good 20 centimetres of headroom. As I move round the bed, I'll step down, and again, I've got good headroom. And as I move around here, again I've got good headroom. So full beam master, plus a double, plus a nice VIP, and a really nice ensuite. Again with a separate shower stall in here, which is nicely glazed and good natural light. So they've kind of, I say, squeezed a lot into a 45 footer. Doesn't feel tight, doesn't feel compromised. Feels nice and light, feels nice and roomy, feels nice and sociable. And we've still got the Flybridge to investigate. So let's come around here and go on up and have a little look at what we got. And obviously this is where it has the advantage over the smaller boat. You can actually have for this 45 as a coupe or as a Flybridge, depending where you are in the world. It really depends what you prefer. So Australia, for example, I've been told they tend to be the Flybridge. Most of Europe does, but other markets will go for the coupe version. If you do go for the coupe version, then those solar panels you can see at the front there increase in number, because obviously this area then is not used, so you can put more solar panels up. But as a Flybridge, this is really, really nice. Again, sort of natural finish on this table. Over here we've got our grill and our sink, and we've got some refrigeration and an ice maker. This one's got this bimini top. I think you can get this with a hard top as well. So the choice is yours. And obviously we've got a repetition of everything we had downstairs in terms of multifunction display screens, controls for balance, stern thruster, etc, etc. So there you have it. Greenline 45 with the hybrid system, which is very clever indeed. Silent yachting, silent at anchor. And also, I think that master, full width master with full headroom, is really impressive. So if you haven't subscribed to the Marine channel so far, please can I ask you to do so. Very simple, and click the alert button or the alarm button. What is it? The bell button. That's the one. And then we'll let you know every time we release a new video. And you can take a look at it. It's why we do it. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. Let us know what you think. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.